And then now I would like to welcome Antonio Invito, that it's innovation business analyst at Caltech PNO, that in the frame of Entrance have performed this market analysis that it's released today in this webinar. So, Antonio, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you, Fernando. Thank you, everyone, for connecting. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. All good.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Antonio Invito, and I'm an innovation and business analyst at Chautech, part of PNO Group. So I will present the market analysis, the update of the market analysis on decarbonizing the road freight transportation by identifying the currently available zero-emission vehicles and highlighting the main differences with the first session that I made 1 year ago. I briefly describe our company, PNO, that is an established market leader in grant and innovation consultancy. And it is active for more than 35 years with offices in 9 countries in Western and Southern Europe, and we are more than 400 people. More specifically, I am part of the R&D advisory team that is part of Chartec, the Italian brand of PNO, and we are a unit that established in Italy, and we support the entire group. We are composed of innovation and business analysts, expert in innovation management, business modeling, business plan, and etc. And we cover the whole innovation cycle with a set of specific services such as market research and innovation scouting, which helped us to carry out this specific analysis. So here a brief description of the scope and the approach that led me to carry out this market analysis. That this has been carried out within the work package 3 of the entrance project in collaboration and on behalf of Alice. The scope was to identify the zero emission, long haul, and urban freight transportation. And our first step approach based on multiple databases led us to a catalog, which is provided as an Excel file that we will provide you later during this presentation. And market intelligence started from a desktop search, checking first the status of the models identified last year, and then consulting the manufacturers' websites and the available databases. And then we used also the PNO's proprietary and licensed tools such as WISBY for finding additional manufacturers based on their activities and various R&D projects that they are carrying out based on the same. Later, an in-depth analysis of the selected vehicles has been carried out to detail their technical properties and check their market availability and readiness available to date. And finally, also a contact search for each vehicle has been done and is provided always in the Excel file, trying to find people involved in their development. Yes, the next, sorry, I skipped one slide, okay. So the analysis led us to identification of 160 different models provided by 85 different manufacturers, divided by between OEMs and retrofit solution providers. The total number of the models that we here provide is higher from the number of models compared to the 2022 when were selected 129 vehicles. And you can see that more than 50% of the identified vehicles are already on the market, while around 30% is close to commercialization or reproduction, where the next to commercialization category identified the vehicles that will be on the market by the end of 2024. And then for each of them, we have collected other information, including the power supply, the weight expressed in tons, the payload, the chassis body type, the power engine, the battery size, charging time, and also the range availability. You can see on the right that the largest manufacturing is in the United States, while in Europe, the Germany, Netherlands, and Sweden are at the top 3 position in the EU 27 countries. And finally, we can say that the 75% of the models identified are trucks, with around 73% are battery electric vehicles. So the next slide, we started to focus on the availability in Europe. Out of the, sorry, yes, here, okay, the availability in Europe, and we have identified a total of 99 different models that can be available in Europe here on in the next few years. And the 99 these different models are provided by 58 different manufacturers. Of this, 59 models are already on the market, so are being already delivered to customers. 22 are next to commercialization, so the vehicles are in mass production and delivered to customers by the end of 2024. And 11 are next to be produced, with an expected entry into the market by the end of 2027. 7 of the identified models, however, are being tested, presented, or designed, but there are no further updates at the moment. And on the right, the chart maps the manufacturers based on the maximum vehicle weight identified and the year of entry into the market. We have mapped them with the logo. And the next slide, we will enter more into this detail, presenting also the various models. So the first example, here we highlight the trucks, and there are already 58 models on the market or will be marketed by the end of 2024. And on the right, we have mapped the already available or next to commercialization identified trucks in Europe per size and autonomy range. You can see that the identified range capacity are between from 100 and 1,400 kilometers, but you can note that the largest range are all from fuel cell electric vehicles. And we can say also that the we have a range larger than 800 kilometers are all vehicles identified in this update. So our new vehicles find in this last year of analysis. Later, we can show you a graph that map the same models per maximum battery size and minimum charging time, where here specifically the minimum charging time specified per each vehicle is related to the battery size considered, because more vehicles mentioned in this market analysis have different battery configurations, so consequently also different charging times. You can see also in a light blue the fuel cell electric vehicles, so in a dark blue the battery electric vehicles. And the figure highlights on the left, so who needs less charging time are all fuel cell electric vehicles powered by hydrogen, because they don't need to charge, but they need also to refuel. Later, another example which map the identified vehicles for charging time and range. These are the similar example of the last slide. Of the last slide, but we here put together the range and minimum charging time, but before we put together the battery size and the minimum charging time available. And the last example is here, which put together the battery size and the autonomy range of the vehicles. We always here the battery size mentioned is the battery size necessary to cover the mentioned kilometers, because also here the vehicles have more configurations, so they can have more range availability and more battery sizes. Then I present you some fact sheets, data sheets of the identified vehicles that are news with respect to the market analysis done last year. You can find here some of the information that you can find also the Excel file that I provide you later. Yes, we will quickly go for various examples. As the slide explained, in this edition we provide the new example with respect to last year's. Here you can find an example of the DAF XD-XF electric model, which has a gross vehicle weight greater than 40 tons, have a double configuration available both in rigid and tractor plus trailer models. They have a range between the 300 and 500 kilometers. They are expected to enter into the market by the end of 2023 at the beginning of 2024. So because the production, the mass production started this year, but the vehicle can be already available. We can know that Earnrad, for example, has already ordered 50 trucks for the XD version. A new example is the Helico rigid and tractor trucks, which are a French startup which is expected to commercialize its new retrofitted truck by the end of 2023. Their truck have a range of at maximum 900 kilometers, and they need only 20 minutes for refueling. They are designed on the Renault Trucks-T model, and Helico is planning to deploy 6,000 hydrogen trucks and develop 6 hydrogen fueling stations by 2030 by all across Europe. Another example is the MAN new electric truck, which is a battery electric vehicle, but it can have a higher range from 600 to 800 kilometers. The vehicle was initially planned to be produced by the 2025, but the last news said that it will be produced in Munich at the beginning of 2024. And the first 100 electric trucks are already ordered by DB Schenker and delivered by the 2026. But maybe the first 10 trucks will be delivered by the late 2024. An example is the Mercedes-Benz E-Actros long haul. Also, these trucks is next to production. The mass production will be start in 2024, but the vehicles has already been tested and is already pre-orderable. New example is the Quantron QHM in both versions for the battery electric and fuel cell electric versions. The battery electric versions is already on the market since the last years, but while the fuel cell electric version will be entering into the market by the end of this year. And Quantron in the last year has changed a lot of properties of their trucks. You can find all this information on the Excel file. And also Trancon retrofits the already existing trucks, more specifically the MAN TGX and TGS versions. Another example is the Renault Trucks E-Tech, which is already on the market since this year. He don't have a greater range, only 300 kilometers. Later, we put the example of Scania Regional Transport for both R and S series. These trucks, next to commercialization, they plan to commercialize during this month by the end of this year. Scania is one of the companies that helps and supports the clients to find a full solution, including the grid connection, the charging hardware, and also energy contracts. Later, the last example is also an example of the smaller truck, the Volta Zero Ambient that is presented this year. Maybe will be entering the market by the end of the year. and are been already ordered around 6,000 vehicles. So you can find all this information on the Excel file that include all the market analysis present in the Rever platform. Here is the link that on which you can register to the platform. Now also we provide you the link to the market analysis. Maybe can do it, my colleague Jeanette.
I included the link already in the chat. So please, in case you have any problems with accessing, please just reach out to us.
Okay, thank you very much, Janet. Thank you very much. So this is the X file that presents as a catalog. Here you can find all the vehicles and all of the information that can describe a truck. So are all the info that you also find in the presentation, but here there are more details. There are also details on the production capacity of each vehicle, the various partnership already in the that already been between the OEMs and the transport operators and etc. And in bold you can find the new models emerged during the market analysis done this year with respect to the last one. So if you have any question, I'm pleasure to answer you. Anyway, I can conclude my presentation now.